Hello friends, my name is FirstDane and welcome back to Endzone, a world apart. And I am super happy to be back. For context, we are, as of today, or maybe yesterday, I don't exactly know when the patch came up, but we are patch number 2 deep into early access here, so still very early on. And I just, before starting this recording, I just browsed the patch notes, kind of went through, and the biggest takeaway that I had was that they are addressing the issues that we had seen in some of our last videos where we were at 0 water, 0 food, and could not get our heads above water, so to speak. And they've made it. They addressed the issue. They said this probably is an issue based on the AI of the settlers in the game, and have adjusted some things in the background. I read that the fishers work slightly faster. The water carriers carry slightly more water. And if at any point these values go to 0, I don't fully understand this, but I guess maybe the AI has been changed, because as we noticed when the food was at 0 and we had hungry people, as soon as like the plant was harvested, as soon as it was chopped, someone would eat it immediately. It was like 060, 060. I mean, it's just gone. So I guess that's been addressed as well, which is great to see. I received an excellent piece of feedback from my last recordings, and it was that, hey dude, you've got too many houses. That's why you have so many kids. So it was a fantastic piece of advice, and it made a lot of sense. As soon as I read it, I was like, oh well, duh, we have too much housing. And they had recommended that we just move more to these shelters instead of the houses. So if we cut back maybe this whole row of houses and we just put in another one of these shelters here, we'll reduce the number of kids. We'll still have some kids coming out, but at a much slower pace, so we can stabilize the colony. In order to do that, we'll have to basically displace all of the children that are here. It sounds terrible. Maybe we'll just demolish the homes for now that have no kids in them. Oh god, there's a lot of kids. And we'll work towards that as a solution. It looks like we also need a medical facility, since we have so many. Oh, we have no herbs. Never mind. We are short on herbs. Our herbalist was over here? Here. Oh. Uh-oh. There are no herbs. Herbs, please. Yeah, that's a problem. What do you do about this? I'm gonna put this here for now. I assume that these bushes will come back with the herbs. Maybe it's a seasonal thing, and we weren't able to. Highly contaminated rain. We were not able to deal with. Oh baby, that's a lot of syringes. We were not able to get ahead of ourselves with the medication in time. Whew. A medical facility attends to settlers who are sick. Yes, I'm trying to figure out. Where was that? Here. So there's a little pill bottle. Make medication like herbs or medicine available so that your settlers can get healthy again. That's a lot of coughing. It's a lot of dry coughing. And I don't know how to get the pill bottles. That is not obvious to me either. Maybe they're not in the game yet? Unless it's made at the medical facility, I really don't know. We'll have to think about that. If we wanted to at this point, since we have some contaminated rain coming in, we could do the weather station and maybe move off to the radiation suits to kind of help as well. Oh, it's a lot of radiation. It's probably unnecessary to do this manually, but I'm gonna set the jobs, especially in this medium radiation. What we don't want to have happen is to have all of this just build up over time, which may or may not be a feature of this game. I can imagine if this orange stuff goes unaddressed that it may eventually turn red. And then we're going to be listening to coughing for the next, like, 5 hours. And it just sounds awful. It's already too much. Well, if our people don't all die from radiation poisoning... Oh, baby. Which may happen. It's so much coughing. Oh, God. If that happens, we might be okay. We've removed a single house so far, which I'm digging. I like it. Is that coughing coming through? It's pretty awful. 49 sick settlers. Oh my. Okay, keep removing the radiation from the places where people work and travel. You can see this kind of wispy feature here. It looks like it's regressing. It's going back to the lake where we're getting our water from. This will be our way to combat this without actually changing too much in the colony. And I know what you're thinking. Hey, dummy, you just complained last time that you were playing too fast and you should slow down. I know. But right now, where we are right now, I think it's a good time to speed up. And I guess the good news is I don't see anybody actively dying right now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, God, we've got more kids coming. This is... Okay. Do we displace the children? Is this a decision that we have to make? We have room in our shelters. I just feel like the kids don't have anywhere to go if we do this. We have 19 kids. All right. I don't want to hear about it. This is an executive decision for the greater good. Somebody died. We lost a settler there. And then, yeah, we'll work towards building this shelter pretty much immediately. We've got some extra room there, too, which is nice. Maybe we can put some buildings here. The medical facility is just far too large. I mean, look at this thing. Where am I supposed to put this? Put it over by the morgue? Or the cemetery, rather? Kind of far out there, though. And people have to travel all the way over there to visit the doctor. I don't think so. Put it next to the battery. But then we're removing some trees, which I don't like. Yeah, let's do it. I think we need... Oh, my... The weather station's even bigger! Alright, whatever. We've got the medical facility coming up. It's something. Food is actually doing too well now. So I like that they have addressed this. And I'm not willing to say that they addressed it too well. But food is currently a non-issue. It went from being dire straits to a non-issue real quick. All right, we will go ahead and build this shelter here. Check our radiation, which is... It's still there. But we're doing a decent job at removing it anyway. Maybe we remove slightly more. And our number of sick people has risen. Even though we've acquired all of those herbs and stuff. Please stop coughing in my ear. Okay. Soil is doing as well as we can make it to. So we could also do the irrigation thing that we saw last time. Certainly an option for some of our crops. I had talked about doing that. So they have this. Where are we? You're getting so close to these achievements. I see them popping up in the bottom right. Irrigation. Here we are. Water, of course. Irrigation plant. So we talked about this last time where we have this nice little circle here with a decent sized radius to where we could do cultivated fields in each of the different quadrants, which would be kind of cool. And maybe I think I mentioned it reminds me of Surviving Mars, but it's coming back to my mind that it looks like Surviving Mars farms, which I'm okay with. I hear that heartbeat. Maybe it's these kids. The kids are being reduced in number. For better or worse. We go to Fort Taylor's. It looks like we don't need that either. We're doing fine on PPE. Scrap is at an all-time low. That is an issue. Looks like we're gathering scrap here. Okay. We had coasted on the scrap for a long time. This was just like at 100. And maybe change this around. And that worked well for us. But 67 coffers. Our medical facility is just not done. What is this builder doing? I had read in, I think it was the patch notes for today, maybe, or maybe I read it somewhere in the past, whereas if you get this weather facility done, that I can't find anymore, I just had it, weather station. So if you get this done, you can determine whether or not the incoming rain is irradiated or not, and your colonists will act accordingly to, I guess, cover your crops. Hopefully in an automated fashion, so you don't have to micromanage that too much. But that's a cool little feature. I like that quite a lot. I guess we can tell that this rain is not so bad. There we go. Medicine can be produced at medical facilities. There we are. Pill bottles. 1 herb equals 10 medicine. Now we're talking. Visitors almost immediately capped out. We've got no medicine. Keep working. Oh no, they're being turned away. I'm so sorry. But we can see this is down. I wasn't paying attention, but this is down to 49. We were at 60-some 6 settlers before. Are afflicted by a disease. Oh no. Down to 40. It's going down fast. The visitors is just dropping. I guess they just have to come here and rest for a while, and they're fine. Ooh, heartbeat. Yeah, everything's doing okay. We've got this one extra settler here. I don't know where to toss them. We're low on scrap. Herbs are on the up and up. And it says we're currently producing 10 medicines, so I don't know. Seems fine. 7. Oh no! Here comes the bad rain. No, we just fixed this. More coughing, my friends. I'm sorry. So this would mean that maybe we want to make the shift to the radiation suits if possible. We're low on charcoal for this. And it increases the amount of cloth that we use as well. So we would want to make sure that our refinery and our scrapyard have a near limitless supply of scrap to pull from. Oof, just that one little bit of scrap here. I'd like to complete it. Same idea as last time. We have our forester nearby. I just kind of like the idea that the plants could regrow once we clean up all the garbage and convert it into useful goods. There's something about it that I just like. We're going to shift this guy to radiation suits, increase the number of tailors and people working at the charcoal burner to accommodate for that. And then, yes to this. Replace a farmer. I think we were at 15. We don't want that to fall behind. Even though the food's doing great, making the switch to these radiation suits could be a huge boon for us. Come on, friends. Finish collecting that car so I can move this field. Here we go. This person's coming. Who's this? We got Walter here. Good job, Walter. All right, we need a new field to pull from. Getting kind of far out there, honestly. Go over there. Average radiation of all settlers is very low, if non-existent. And we can see the conversion of children to adults is much slower now. The children is being reduced. I don't think they're dying. They're just converting to adults. And so we're removing those houses. Huge, huge, huge benefit. We could maybe be more drastic and just keep, like, these people down here to just kind of resupply the population. But I'm not willing to go that far yet. And we're down to just 4 sick people. Turns out medicine is very good in this game. I didn't realize the conversion rate would be 1 herb for 10 medicine. That's crazy. So you can't really stick to just these herbs for very long, it seems. The medicine is the way that we're going to be able to expand the colony into the later game. We're really low on charcoal because of... We're doing both activated carbon masks and radiation suits. So, I don't know, we're double dipping into this charcoal. Which means, actually, now that I say that out loud, that we should increase our foresters to 4. Because if we don't, we're going to fall behind on wood sooner or later. Failed mission tasks. The mission tasks, I have not been paying the most attention to, honestly. Maybe to the detriment of the colony, but we'll see. Oh, the bad rain's coming in right as we were clearing that out. Ugh. Ooh, I like that it accounts for the buildings. So if we just grab our whole colony here and pull over like this, it looks like they will not dig up where the buildings are. It's kind of, I know it makes a lot of sense, but outside of time to till all this soil, it doesn't seem like there's a big problem with doing that. And maybe it's not a big issue because we have no radiation in the colony. Look at that. And just like that, everything is all, it's like all well. Everything's, oh, incoming drought. There's no issues. Water is good, food is good. All of our supplies are up outside of charcoal, which we're actively working on. And, oh, this one person is unhappy. Where are they? Gabbin. Settler, relative of the settler died and has no grave. Well, oh, we got plenty of graves. I read about this in one of the more recent patches that apparently if a settler dies, the person with the mortician job has to go collect the body, as terrible as it sounds. But it is what it is. They got to go collect the body and bring it to the cemetery. And until then, there will be a negative penalty on the settler who had the person in their house die. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, we were working on the electricity last time. That's right. I would like to see maybe an electricity... Oh, we got an achievement. Just a sip. I assume that's for collecting water. An electricity overlay, much like these, so I could see where I need to put my electricity poles and whether or not they'll be connected. It's a lot like Factorio. We got to zoom in to see whether or not the cables are actually connected. Oh, we can't put it there. I see. Ew. So we have to be really efficient with these, or inefficient with these power poles, it seems. Okay. I certainly didn't build around the power poles. That's my bad at the end of the day. It's like, that's fine. I don't know if this is coming through on the video or not, but seeing the wires at nighttime is near impossible. I'm gonna wait. We got a drought coming in, and what I assume to be enough water to withstand. There goes our lake, just gone. Lumber's doing okay. Let's put foresters to 4. Okay, we got another settler just to replace that immediately. The herbs are just not an issue now. We have so much medicine. 313 medicine. We could maybe even pull an herbalist off of that job and move people to maintaining our farms. That just seems good. We'll do that. What does this symbol mean? Production limit of this resource is reached. Because it's a drought. Okay. That makes sense. Needs charcoal. Working on it. Okay, so the cistern is irradiated. What we could do is build these water towers. They require 8 charcoal. And just basically, I think it straight up replaces the cistern, as far as I understand it. Ooh, our dust storm. Nice. I can't see anything. I can't tell if this building goes. It fits here, but can we get a road there? Work in progress. I swear we built this last time. I remember like maybe trying to put it down here. Okay. Well, let's see if we can just build this here and then see what comes of it. Radiation off of the settlement. Maybe a cool job to have over here would be, I don't know what to call it, soil tiller. They'll just automatically run around, and it's like a zone in RimWorld. You could set a home zone, or just maybe not even set it, but just have like the AI know what the home zone is based on proximity of buildings. And then they'll run around. If there's radiation, they'll just till the soil automatically, so you don't have to sit here and manually do this all the time. Unless there's another way that I just don't know of to get rid of this radiation. It just kind of sits there forever. And you can see on our mini-map up here in the top right, most of this zone is irradiated, and the outskirts here are, well, it's actually growing right now because of the rain. But we would have to go here and watch it kind of drift away, maybe. It could be that, unless there's a break like this, that it doesn't start diminishing because it has nowhere to sift off to. I'm making that all up. I really don't know, but it technically could be. I'm trying to keep an eye on this population too. Like, we have a nice stable population right now, and we're about at the point where we could look to start increasing. Everything seems to be fine, as far as I can tell anyway. Okay. Why does it say rainwater collector? Did I? Wait, no, I didn't build a rainwater collector, did I? Did I do that on accident? Oh, get rid of this. I meant to do the water tower. Whoops. Yeah, we've got 3 of those. We're fine. So what do we do about the irradiated water now in these water towers? Is there a way to drain them? Okay, build this. Well done. We got another achievement. We're achieving so much today. Have a hunting lodge, a field, a plantation, a fishing hut, a gathering hut, a water tower, a boardwalk, a well, and a rain collector. Have everything. Play the game long enough to have collected everything. Okay. Missing this charcoal. We can't seem to get above water on the charcoal. I guess we need another kiln then? Ultimately, we need our people in these suits if we're going to go long on this playthrough. As far as I can tell, anyway. So we'll do another one. They're really lazy about these roads, too. Okay. We're good everywhere else. Sure. Except maybe here. Let our people walk up to their homes on a nice dirt road. I would imagine sometime in the future they'll be implementing, at least in the city builder that is not to be mentioned, because I couldn't stop mentioning it in the first video. Anyway, in Banished, there's like stone roads and dirt roads, and the dirt roads look awfully, well, they kind of look like a poor cobblestone road of sorts. Not really. There's like a hint of it in there. Go tasks. Move radiation. The sick people are just gone. The medical facility completely wiped out the need for listening to coughing. And I hope you're grateful that that was figured out in relatively short order, because the coughing was driving me a little insane. It was way too much. I also like that the medical facility is absolutely massive, but only requires one person to run it. So that's a good get for us too. Winds all around. At this point, let me check our scrapyard. Oof. Oh, daytime working efficiency goes to 150% with electricity. Dang, that's so good. Okay, so that's got to be our next goal then, is getting these power poles out. I was being a little whiny about it before, because I can't tell where the lines are. There, I think this is... There, we've got to go here, which I kind of hate, but we'll do that. And then we need to get the power poles going to this side, because that's where the bulk of our production is. I'm gonna guess that it's okay if the lines are connected to a building that also has power. So if this pole goes to this shelter, and then maybe it just transfers to this pole, because this pole is gonna also hook up to the shelter. I don't know. Otherwise, we'll have to move this pole down. But getting our production up to 150%, that's gonna make this, dare I say, easy, now that I've figured that out. Why are you all so unhappy? We could move into wheat production for the beer. Or a hard liquor. Do some cherries. Various ingredients. It says various ingredients, but it also shows the symbol of the cherry. So... let's do the cherry. We'll do food. We'll do another cultivated field. We cannot Gotta find a spot for it. Hold on. Maybe next to the graveyard? We'll pick up some extra flavoring if it's over here. Sure. Okay. And then we can get rid of this annoying red professions thing down here in the bottom left. And then we'll actually know if any of these jobs need people on them. Charcoal burner, yes. Foresters are maxed. Cool. Keep going with the charcoal burners so we can get above water on the radiation suits. We only have 47 masks, or scarves, 40 masks, 2 radiation suits. You can actually see the people in the radiation suits every once in a while if we slow down. Joe. Old adult. Sorry, Joe. Settler is infertile too. Okay. His confidence has been reduced. It happens to everybody. What's the big deal? Anyway. Cool. Well, I think we've reached the point where the colony is it's good. There's nothing red on the screen outside of this drought that's coming in. We're going to be moving into the next video with getting our hard liquor production up, and then we'll get a tavern keeper, whatever the job is. Pub keeper. That makes sense. Going, and then we'll also expand out our electricity to hit all of our production facilities, maybe down here, and then perhaps this direction as well. I hope you've all been enjoying the series so far. I am reading all of the feedback. I hope that's obvious, and the feedback helped tremendously in this episode. We stabilized the number of adults to kids. Thank you so much for that. And also thanks to the devs for a couple quick patches to address some issues that we were having, and I guess that must have been mostly everyone. I can't imagine they watched my video specifically and made adjustments. I would never assume that, but it's nice to see the quick turnaround on some of those fixes. I think they've all been great so far, and I'm looking forward to continuing on with the colony. I hope you are all enjoying the series so far, and I'll catch you in the next one.